Hey everybody, this is Antonio Bouchel, podcast Tony Talk. Yeah, I'm just starting up, and I wanted to do a podcast to talk about what's going on with our black men, in these streets out here. We know that, in our communities, right? There's a lot of killing going on. Yeah, I guess that's the word I can use. And it doesn't matter where, what city, state, whatever. It doesn't matter. The same thing goes on in every black community, depending on, the economics in that community. If it's low, if it's poverty stricken, then yeah, it's more likely to have a lot of crime. And I mean, those are just the statistics, right? But why? Why does it have to happen to our people, especially to our black men? And I'm going to show you this clip. And that's what this podcast is about, guys. We're going to look at videos. And we're going to try to discuss what's going on with our own people. And where is Black Lives Matter when it matters in terms of us killing us? I'm black, obviously. Us killing us. When does it matter? Does it matter then? Here we got a case, and this happened probably about, it may be about a couple of weeks, about three weeks ago. It could have happened in Atlanta, right? Where this guy, I guess some type of situation where I guess the victim, he's a security guard, and it shows the video. I'm going to play the video, and we're going to talk about it. Let's do that. All right, so here I'm going to play it.
Breaking news tonight after a man was gunned down in the light of day. The situation only got worse from there. Right now, Atlanta police need your help finding 5 people. You see him there on your screen. The shooter, a man who sat nearby as the man was killed, and 3 others who came up on the man's body and seemed to have stolen from him as he lay there on the ground. All of this.
Here, before we go any further, I want to talk about this. Now, the news is accusing there was 3 other individuals, after the guy shot and killed the security guard at close range, like he's just doing nothing. This guy just this doesn't hinder him at all. He takes his time to but anyway. There's 3 other individuals, right? And the news, I hate this, but they make it seem as though the 3 other people robbed the guy. One guy came up to the body, and he took whatever out of the guy's pocket or whatever he took it from. And he divided whatever that up was. It seemed like he divided it up with the other guy. But the woman, she didn't take anything, and she didn't check this guy. The body. She didn't do anything. But now she's been lumped in, and I don't think that's fair. But let's continue to just go ahead.
Open Avenue in Atlanta.
And then right now, Jennifer, I'm going to walk our viewers through the video Atlanta police just released hours ago. It may be disturbing for some viewers, but it can hopefully help find the killer.
This is 51-year-old Anthony Frazier, a security guard. He has no idea he has just 15 seconds left in the land of the living. He's an unfortunate target. It happened Monday in broad daylight at 387 Cleveland Avenue Southwest, just blocks from I-75. Watch closely as Frazier steps out of his SUV. There's a guy behind him in a black long-sleeve T-shirt.
And guys, I'm going to cut it for a minute. The guy who shot the security guard, notice how he just casually walks up to him. He casually walks up to him. Normally, and I'm not an expert in this, but, when someone is about to take someone else's life, they normally get in and get out from what you see. I've seen it on even other cameras, like in terms of the news, where you see the guys, whoever's shooting, they're moving fast. They're getting in, they're getting out. But this guy, he casually walks up to his victim and shoot him dead in the head. I'm gonna put.
Ball cap
Well, yeah, let's
and
continue.
camouflage backpack. Police say without hesitation, Frazier is shot in the head.
Notice,
After gunning
look how
him
casually he
down, the
walks.
suspect appears to rifle through the victim's belongings. Investigators say this heart.
And see, there we go again, right? He just casually shoots him in the back of the head. I mean, this is the norm. I mean, this is like, this guy seems to be a pro at, he don't care. When I first seen this, I thought this guy could have been a hitman because how normal he acted, how relaxed he's acting like he's done this many of times. He casually walks up to this guy, shoot him in the back of his head. He doesn't even, if you notice, he doesn't even look around to see if anybody's looking. He doesn't even do that. And then it looks like he grabbed a gun or something. At least that's what the news is saying. He grabs the guy's gun and casually walks away. He don't run away. He walks away.
Heartless criminal seems unfazed by who may be watching and continues to possibly take whatever he can. Do you recognize this guy? As he walks away, notice the witness who saw it all go down sitting on the curb. He didn't run as the unknown shooter walks by.
And see, look how casually he walks away. I mean, this guy is cocky. He's so cocky that he just walks away. Like he's been doing this a lot. And the gentleman that's sitting on the pavement, he does acknowledge him, but the shooter doesn't care. I mean, obviously his face is covered. He can't recognize him. But this guy who's sitting on the pavement, he acknowledged him and let the guy continue to go about his business. I'm quite sure he had to be terrified. I mean, wouldn't you? But I mean, he don't seem that way. Because he had an opportunity just to leave or run. Maybe he felt like, I'm not gonna run. However, but this guy, just look at it.
He appears to acknowledge him. The witness sits there even after the suspect appears to drop a handgun. Then that witness walks by the victim, shaking his head. Before you know it, 3 more people show up. And
okay, so now, just check this out. Okay, we seen the guy on the pavement. He just walks by, he shake his head, like just some crazy stuff. He took this man's life, casually just walked up to him, shot him in the back of the head, and then you casually just walked away, like like nothing's going on. Hey, nothing's going on. And then these guys come around the corner. I don't know what time or how long it took them, and they notice the body. Let's check it out.
one appears to possibly search Frazier too. Police want that cold-hearted killer off the street.
Now notice, okay, he's whatever he has, he's dividing it up with the other guy.
And want to talk to these potential witnesses as well.
And right now, Crime Stoppers is offering.
So, is this where we are? Is this where we are today? Where our minds, when you just, it seems like we're in another country. When you can just casually walk up and kill somebody. I don't know if this guy was high on something. I don't know if he, what was going on with him. Obviously, he didn't care about life. And it's like it was just normal to this guy. Where does it stop? Because here's the thing. I want to play another video. I'm going to play this video. And this is them catching him. and I want you to hear what they say. I'm going to try to speed it up if I can.
It takes a lot of courage to admit that you need help. We could actually all use a little help
We're
and
going to
guidance
skip past
to get our
this.
minds.
Okay, so.
And breaking news is out of Atlanta less than 3 hours ago. APD confirming an arrest in connection with the shooting death of a security guard.
This afternoon, detectives describing the shooting captured on surveillance video as simply barbaric. Joe Hinkie was there as officers made the arrest yesterday that we showed you here at 5. He talked with detectives about the case a short time ago.
Late this afternoon, Atlanta police announced the arrest here at police headquarters, and detectives credited tips from the public with helping officers locate their suspect.
We have attributed this incident to a robbery-related motive. No other way to describe it is barbaric.
Okay, so now that's what I want to get to. A robbery. So, when I first seen this, happen, I thought to myself, I said, this could be, this is not a random situation. He's too calm and collective. It's almost like he just knew to take this guy out. So I'm thinking in my mind, this has to be, something set up to take this guy out. Maybe they exchanged words. Maybe he had a hit out on him. Or that was my process, right? And, I say, because this couldn't possibly be random. We're not walking around the street, are we, and just looking at people as a victim and shoot them cold-blooded in the back of the head and then take their possessions and walk away. Because if it gets that bad, we're in trouble as a race of people. We're in trouble. And come to find out, that's what happens. So that's what the police officer said. Let's continue listening.
The nature of that video was extremely violent and concerning to us all when we saw it.
Atlanta Police Homicide Commander Ralph Woolfolk says this surveillance video from Monday afternoon showing 51-year-old Anthony Frazier working as a security guard to make extra money caught the community's attention. He steps out of his vehicle, is almost immediately shot, and then the gunman grabs belongings off of Frazier and walks away. Moments later, others walk up and also take items from Frazier. Wednesday, APD received tips of the suspected gunman being spotted by the shooting scene along Cleveland Avenue near I-75 in southwest Atlanta.
Officers from our Zone 3 patrol units did a phenomenal job in pursuing that individual along with our gang unit.
11 Alive was there as officers flooded the neighborhood, some with guns drawn. They entered a wooded area on Connell Avenue directly behind the homicide scene. Moments later, officers could be seen walking a man, now identified by police as 30-year-old Stanley Henderson, out of the woods. Hours later, they searched another wooded area across the street from the homicide scene and found evidence related to the killing of Frazier.
We were able to establish a urban encampment in which the individual was residing. We conducted.
So now, it seems like this guy had to been living in this wooded area. I don't know, maybe he needed food, or I don't know, because I didn't really see that he took money. It seemed like he took a gun, and I didn't really see money. I don't know what was wrong with this guy. And they caught him, obviously, right? They caught him. I'm glad they caught him. But just to have the mindset to just get up and say, I'm going to take somebody's life. Why did it have to come down to shooting a person in the head? Killing them? Why you just, if you're going to do it, at least flash the gun and hopefully they'll give the money up. Probably more likely they'll give it up, But you take this guy's life. Now, are you a coward that you would shoot him in the back of the head? Are you a coward that you would shoot him in the back of the head? He didn't see this guy coming. That was so terrible. Guys, tell me, what do you think about this? They caught him. They said it wasn't, they said it was random. It was a robbery. He robbed this guy. I don't know. Well, that's what they say. But tell me, what do you think about this? Because I thought this was just terrible. Guys, we're going to have more podcasts like this. We're going to look at these situations. We have to start caring, and I'm not saying this is up to Black Lives Matter to work with these individuals or come out at these situations. But is it? We have these big platforms when cops kill our black men, but shouldn't we also use those platforms for when we kill each other? Why? Just to get the people in that community in the uproar. That's what we need to do. Get them in an uproar so that they can say we're not standing for this anymore. Because now it's gotten crazier because this was random. He just wanted to rob him. It didn't seem like he took anything as much. He didn't take the guy's car. I don't even think he took his wallet. He just took the pistol. It seemed like he took the gun out of this guy's hand. I don't know what he took. Well, I mean, the news said he did take the gun, and because you seen the gun drop. But this was a random situation. It was a robbery. He didn't have any ill wills towards this guy. It wasn't a hit out for this guy. Any of this. He just said, I'm going to wake up. I need some food. I don't have any resources, so I'm going to take somebody's life and take their possessions. We're in trouble, guys. We're in trouble. We need help, and we need it now. All of these so-called activist groups out here who want to participate in helping black people out, so they say. This is where we need the help at. Listen, if we're standing together, we're helping our community, police officers aren't going to come into that community and just take black men's lives. I remember it was told to me, and for whatever it's worth, and this lady happened to be Caucasian. I had a podcast some time ago. Anyway, she called in and she said, well, she typed in her little message and she said, George Floyd didn't die because of racism. He died because of, she said, because of the lack of power. And I thought that was kind of deep, because not to say there wasn't racism and power involved, but I looked at the bigger picture, because if our community, if there's power and structure in our community, those police officers won't come into that community and start running havoc, because they know they'll pay consequences. Why? Taxes. Why? Because black people are strong in their community. Their support in their community. Their dollars matter in that community. Even whether it be a mayor or president, because of the structure, because of the power, the wealth that we have. But when we lack that, even if you just want to start on a lower level, what would be that lower level? Well, that lower level would be that we are working together as a community and we're not robbing from each other. People can do it. You don't have to rob your own people. I'm not saying you shouldn't rob anyone, but you shouldn't rob, your own people. Because when you're taking your own people's life, what do you think that officer who's racist gonna think? Well, they doing it, so it don't matter. They're used to this, And I just think that it's sad that we're taking our own brothers and sisters' lives just so we can get over or get by or get a dish or dinner or whatever to eat. This guy here, he resided in a wooded area. Something was going on with old boy. Where was the support at for him? Yeah, it's so much to talk about. This can go farther, guys. This bothered me to the core. Which it should have bothered everyone. It should bother everybody. Every human on the earth should be bothered by this, because it didn't even sound like this brother did anything to him. Life done enough to him, right? That he'll go take another life. And the way he did it was terrible. All right, guys, I sign off. I'm going to be coming on every now and again. This is Tony Talk, and that's what Tony Talk podcast, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just talking about the flight of our own black men. You know, and what do we do? Why do we have to express or express ourselves through violence the way we do? You know, why do we have to do that? Guys, I'm going to check out, but stay tuned to Watch Tony podcast. It's going to be coming up. I'm just playing around with this just to see, what are your response to this? What do you think about this? Let me know. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.